everyone. I'm Doreen Striley with AARP North Dakota, and I'm pleased to be your host today for all things AARP. A chance for us to tell you a little bit more about what we've been up to here at AARP, what we're working on in your community, the kind of advocacy work that we're doing, and also we'll have a wild card topic for you at the end of this segment. So let's get started. First of all, I'm pleased to introduce my guest today, Barb Handy Marcello. Barb is our Speakers Bureau Coordinator, and today we're going to talk about the North Dakota AARP Speakers Bureau and what we can do for groups around the state. And Barb, welcome. And maybe you want to start off by just telling a little bit about the Speakers Bureau from your perspective, please.
The Speakers Bureau we have 5 different programs. We take them out into any community that invites us. Sometimes we invite ourselves. And we go into, usually into small groups, a service club, senior center. We might speak to a church group, any group that invites us. We're happy to bring in one of our programs. The 5 programs are about caregiving, one about brain health.
Which is very popular.
A very popular one, yes. Yeah. Another very popular one is fraud and scams.
Yeah.
And we have a wonderful program called Home Fit, which is not about lifting weights. It's about making your home comfortable for yourself and for anybody else that comes to visit. It's built on the principles of universal design and wonderful practical information. And we have a program, brand new program on Social Security.
Well, yeah, very exciting. We're going to be talking lots more about Social Security in the days ahead. And we welcome any kind of groups that might be interested in getting a speaker and scheduling even into next year. We've got some things scheduled into next year. And we know that they're always, presenters are always in demand for these kinds of things. And on the other hand, too, we're always looking for volunteers to join our Speakers Bureau. So if there's somebody out there, they can get a hold of us too, and we can get them up to speed. You want to tell a little bit? We did some training, and and how we work with them, and maybe you can tell about your role as state coordinator, what you do with those Speakers Bureau folks as well.
We have Speakers Bureau members all over, mostly the eastern part of the state. Grand Forks and Fargo and Bismarck have the most, but we have them scattered in other communities as well. We'd love to see some volunteers from Minot area.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to see that our group expand. We have about 44 volunteers. What makes our volunteers, I think, really special is that they bring so much variety in their own backgrounds to the presentations they do. We have people who have all kinds of jobs and have had lots of experience. And so it's a great bunch of people. And as state coordinator, I get a chance to talk to all of them at some point.
Yeah, that's so fabulous.
My job is to connect the host group that has invited us to speak with a speaker who is prepared to do that topic, who's trained. Most of them are experienced in making presentations. And so I say, got this person here and this person here, and I bring them together, and then I let them do what they do.
Oh, and it works out great. And the groups that we've worked with, we have a lot of groups that get us back for this topic and next topic. And so we are really happy to come out and visit with your groups and bring some nice handouts and just a good, solid presentation of factual information. So we're always happy to do that.
Every presentation has a set of slides. So if the site where we're going has a good setup for showing images through a computer, then we have the slides. We have handouts. Our speakers are trained and have materials to work with. We don't just drop you off.
No, we have the Speakers Bureau manual. Right. Yes.
And so our speakers are trained. By now, most of our speakers have quite a bit of experience on various topics. And they have lots of things that bring handouts. So people who sit through the program can take something away. Sometimes we leave things for people who just casually walk by, for instance, in a senior center where people just show up too.
Yeah, perfect. But it's really a great way to get some information across to people. And so if you're looking for more information on the North Dakota AARP Speakers Bureau, we've got a website that you can go to, and it's aarp.org/ nd speakers, and Marnie's going to put it up on the screen here. And gosh, Barb, it was really good to visit with you, and thanks for sharing your role and all of that you do with our group here today. And we invite you to give us a call and contact us regarding an upcoming presentation, or if you want to join our Speakers Bureau, we'd love to talk to you more about it. So just let us know.
Thank you. It's a great program.
Thanks, Barb. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks.
Great. There is more information on the screen on our North Dakota Speakers Bureau, the topics that are available, and that website where you can go to request a speaker. So with that, we're going to move on to advocacy. And here with me is my colleague, Janelle Mose, our advocacy director here at AARP North Dakota. And you're going to tell us more about the multi-generational plan for aging.
Yeah, I am. So we hear about plans all the time, right? But this is something that,
season, yeah.
Yes, it is the season for planning. But North Dakota is one of the states across the country that's been selected to work with consultants that are really going to help shape what the future of aging looks like in North Dakota. So it's not just going to be another plan that people shelve and forget about. Sure. And allow dust to collect on, right? It's really looking at how do we inform the infrastructure, the policies, to make sure that people can coordinate services and live where they want to as they age. So it's really looking at policies, funding, anything's programming wise, but we really want everything to come together to be streamlined. So as you age, as I age, I know where to go, and I know that if I want to be in my home, there are services out there to do that. So.
Great. So you're sitting with the others in this community and the state and working on this. So
yeah,
AARP has got a seat at the table.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
cool. We were invited to be one of the 6 agencies to be part of what we call the lead planning group. So we're part of working with the consultants to really dig in and find out what do North Dakotans want, and how do we go out and talk to folks in communities? How do we take that information in and then make sure that plan is really comprehensive and really reflective of what's currently going on in North Dakota, but what really is the future of aging, and how can we make sure we have things in place that'll help folks do that. So.
And prepare for it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, way to go, Janelle.
Yeah. So what Marnie's got up on the screen now, and this is where we get into the meat of a plan, right?
Sure.
So we've laid out really 4 big goals for North Dakota. We talk all the time about services closer to home. We hear day after day, folks want to live in their home, live in their community as they age. That's the #1 goal that's really been laid out for the state. So making sure that you have choices as you age to either, if you choose to live in a nursing home or a other long-term care facility, you have that. But if you really want someone to come out and care for you, that's the way you do it. The other one, the second goal is really around futures planning. So that sounds a little odd, right? So futures planning, but we want people to start thinking and planning way before they think they need to. Financial planning, healthcare planning, legal planning, all those details that you really don't want to think about, but you really want to have a plan in place so that if something does happen to you, or you want people to know, this is my choice, this is what I want to do as I age. So that's the second goal. The last 2 are something that you and I talk about all the time, especially social engagement and accessibility. Yes. We know folks like to be out in community, like to have fun, stay social. So how can we promote meaningful experiences, both in community and in the workforce? And the last one, we hear every day on the news, right? Workforce is a huge issue. The 4th goal in this plan is really look at how do we make sure quality services are available either in long-term care facilities or in your community, and how can we promote a workforce that really embodies that and make sure that we have the services in communities. So that's a lot, right?
Good. That is a lot. But
yeah.
That's I'm glad we're working on this as well, and so glad when AARP is involved in those kinds of things. And, it's positive.
It is, and I think if we're at the table, we can help really make sure that our members and folks 50 and older are represented.
Exactly.
And another way that you can help us is, the state's really looking for feedback. They don't want, again, just to put a plan together and just have it shelved. They want folks to react to it. So Marnie's put up a link on the screen. You can go and click on that link, and they're looking for feedback on those 4 big goals. Do these make sense? Are there pieces that we're missing? Is there a goal that you'd like to see the state focus on that's not there? So they're really wanting the feedback from folks all across the state. It will really help inform and make this plan come to life and not just be something that's shelved into the future. So please go click on that link. Let the state know what you think. They're really looking for insight from all of you. So.
Yeah. Oh, great. Thanks for sharing that, Janelle. Well, we're going to wrap it up today. Our last little piece here on our AARP add-on today is focusing on Veterans Day. And it's just around the corner, and we honor our veterans and recognize them for their service at this point in time. And we also want to share with you some resources that we have at AARP. AARP.org/veterans has a whole host of different resources for people to access on caregiving, on financial planning for caregivers and for those military and veteran families. Also a health benefits navigator. So help you find those services that you do need in your communities and all of that good stuff. Also a job center, plus much, much more. So take a peek at that. And thank you to all the veterans who have served out there. We appreciate your service, and hats off to you. And with that, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to see you next on December 14th, because we're not going to see you during Thanksgiving. So take care, and thanks for all you do out there, and have a safe and wonderful day.